Greetings and salutations to all you folks out there. Hopefully the stream is going up properly, because for about 45 seconds at the beginning there, I have no idea whether things are actually working or not until there it is. I see that little green dot up there on YouTube Gaming. Alright, so we're ready to go. We're going to be looking at the map Anti-Cancer, which is kind of a hilarious map or a hilarious name for a map that basically divides action into two lanes of passage. I'm not entirely sure who designed this one, but it is actually a pretty cool little map. We're going to be looking at slightly above average rank ratings, so we'll just introduce everybody and jump directly into it. We've got Chosen and Artifacts as UEF and Seraphim on the top left, and then Nuclear Justice and ZZ as Cybern and Seraphim on the top right. That is going to be the North team. On the south side, we have Noir and Batnoob. I am Batnoob. UEF and Cybern, and then on the bottom right-hand side, we've got Squirtle and MSG. That is probably one of the more dangerous combinations I've seen. That's going to be Aeon and Seraphim. Names, I get more and more of a kick out of names as time goes by, because sometimes you wonder, did people actually put a lot of thought into this and create a fantastic pun like we saw T-Mass Jefferson the other day? Or is this something random that they just kind of threw against the wall to see if it would stick, and it came out being hilarious? Oh well, we'll never know. One way or the other, we are going to dive into the action offered by this game, and then a little bit later on, I'll be playing a couple of games with you guys on this map. Very much later, I've actually got another stream to attend that we will talk about a little bit more later on, but for now, I am planning on playing a bit of Supreme Commander. Looks like Chosen is going to go for the land spam option. He's throwing down 4 land factories in the middle here, picking up some manual reclaim with an engineer or two. Whole lot of manual reclaim, actually. And then his buddy Artifacts, looks like he's getting that forward land factory down as well, and then expanding with an engineer without really worrying a whole lot about reclaim. There is a buttload of reclaim on this map, and I do mean that in the most literal sense, because there are rocks strewn about here and there and everywhere. Looks like most everyone is trying to take advantage of that in some form or another, and land spam is going to be the name of the game. Looking at the south side, we've got 2 land factories down for everybody, third going down for Batnoob with an air factory in the works. And then we do have an early bomber out for Squirtle, so we are going to see a little bit of an aggressive air play, at least at the very beginning here. I am still impressed with the manual reclaim orders. Look at Chosen, laying down all of those rock reclaims like a boss. Actually, I think he hit a tree on accident with that one, but whatever. Still gives you 1 mass and 10 power. We've got a couple of mech marines online. Those are going to be skirting over to the right, hopefully knocking out an engineer, which apparently does not exist. But no way to know that if you don't have any scouting information. And then on the right side, we have an air scout headed up in front of a bomber, which will hopefully be able to take out a couple of expansioneers, maybe hinder the spread of ZZ. Looks like he is going to grab that one before he can finish building that mass extractor, and then probably head north. Maybe he can pick up a clump up that way. As far as the rest of the map goes, looks like everybody's kind of building up in a slow and steady manner. Raptor Jesus, I would prefer that people did not do that, because could get a little awkward in the main chat. Peanuts, yeah, I'm probably going to get a sore throat tomorrow, as some of you who are hanging out on the Twitter account may know. I actually turned out 3 or 4 casts, I can't remember, I think it was 4. I'm trying to get ahead for next week, which I've been saying I'm going to do forever, and I finally got around to doing it. So I've already done about 2 hours. I'm going to do an hour on this cast, and then I'm going to be talking for 2 more hours in the stream to come. So hopefully my vocal cords will hang in there for the duration of this speech. Here comes another pass by the Aeon Bomber. He was able to kill off a couple engineers on that one. We're trying to get anti-air defense up. Here comes the bomb. Gonna pick up 2. Too bad he couldn't get, well, I don't know. I don't think there's enough spread on that to get all 3 engineers, so that anti-air is probably going to get built. Looks like Nuir is getting the gun upgrade. Batnoob walking forward. Will we see a gun rush? That is a distinct possibility, dropping that upgrade at about 4 minutes. Over here on the right, we've got an Aurora and an ACU pushing down on ZZ, which I would actually stay aggressive on that one, because Auroras can stay out of reach of that ACU, kite it very effectively, and then that ACU laying down damage as well. You could do some serious hurt to that commander before he could do much about it. Batnoob and Nuir, they're going to assist each other. Looks like we got the gun upgrade on that end. Maybe we'll see a double. That is what I would love to see. Always up for the good old double commander push. Looks like Chosen is going to isolate himself. He is going to step up on the ridge. Watch that first step. It is a doozy coming down off of that hill. Don't think you're going to live through that one. And he is going to fully engage those T1 tanks moving across the top. And we are trying to be sneaky, thinking, hey, I'll get all of these tanks online, shove them around the back end, and get him into Chosen's base before he can do a dang thing about it. But nope, there is the commander. He does have a T2 air factory online. That's where all of his mass is going at this moment. Nope, that is land factory. My bad, folks. Gonna get that T2 land factory online and get a T2 engineer out. Most likely going to build TMD, maybe a T2 power generator, something like that, because you have to play defensively at certain stages. When you got a team game like this, and you've got multiple Seraphim and UEF players, eventually you're probably going to see a TAC pack commander or some such thing. Looks like Bat Noob opted not to go for the gun upgrade. Noir has it, and he is now moving back towards the right. Artifacts is back in the hell up because he probably knows that he doesn't need to get caught out in the open when Chosen's commander is so far away. Chosen is doing a pretty good job on maintaining a little bit of a grasp on air control on the left side. He has one more interceptor than White does, and he just killed off all of Pink's. And on the right, looks like we got a fairly even matchup between Yellow and Blue. But Blue is stepping outside his lane. How dare you? This is a team game. You're not supposed to help. You're not supposed to have any units outside of your lane of traffic, but here we are anyway. He's killing off those mass extractors. We've got Bat Noob and Noir pushing up through the middle. Bat Noob does not have the gun upgrade like we said just a second ago, and he is actually in front of Noir, which can get a little bit hairy because you're getting shot in the back by your comrade if you are not paying attention. But he is going to keep the pressure up, pursuing Artifacts as hard as he can go. Artifacts trying to get a T1 point defense down, but that is just going to get shredded as soon as it comes online because of that commander pushing up from the rear. Noir reaching out with his extended range, picking off those T1 units as he comes, and the Mantis Swarm is descending upon Chosen's small pack of units. I think he may have waited just a little bit too long to start getting units on the map. He is building in full force now, has a T2 factory online as well, but it is too late. Artifacts is already surrounded by a swarm of Mantis. Those Mongoose are skirting around the outside edge, going to try to take the load off. But when you've already got two ACUs on you and one of them has a gun upgrade, that is just a recipe for disaster. Not a pretty thing to have chasing your commander. On the right hand side, everything looks pretty much stalemated, but the flow of units and the push of ACUs is steady up the left hand side of this game. Squirtle, Water Blaster TR10 pump. Ha! That is amazing. I love it when people customize their ACU upgrade notification to match their player name. Artifacts down to 1,000 health, 400. He is 1 kill away from veterancy. Pop, there it goes, 1,500 health. He may actually be able to get away. Chosen is now extended with an unupgraded commander, and he has 0 unit backup other than these 4 Mongoose that he's having to kind of field around the outside edges for fear of losing them. He does not want to directly engage these commanders because we've still got a full health gun comm and a half health commander in the vicinity, and his Mongoose are doing jack squat thanks to that aggressive hill, which I did not even realize was there to that degree. Chosen is now going to have to back up if he does not want to get plastered. Over here on the right hand side, looks like we do have a little bit of a push, not too terribly much, but a little bit of an advancement for Squirtle and his units. That ACU is going to be headed in to the left. Have to keep an eye on that side. T1 bombers flowing in from the right, trying to save Chosen, laying a little bit of damage in on the commanders, but this is going to be very difficult to get out of. He's still pouring Mongooses out of the factory while he's trying to get Triads down. That is just simply not going to be enough damage, though. And, oh, we're about to cross the chain reaction threshold. That's it. Chosen is going in for the kill. We're at 75. If he can get down to, let's see how many of them. I know we got 2. Chosen and Bat Noob are down. And there goes the next one. We can't see it because of the nuclear fire, but that is probably Triad fire finishing off that third ACU. So we're going to lose just about everybody on the right-hand side except for the person who initially almost died. Well, that's a turn of events for you. Nuclear Justice is in a little bit of a pickle, though. He is pinched between a couple of different people's units. and he's got a commander on his ACU, and he is down below 3,000 health. I think he is going to die a horribly painful death, and that is going to leave 2 versus 2. Yes. Yowzers. That is a lot of ACU death. Too many explodes. Alright, so we've got Artifacts and ZZ versus MSG and Squirtle. Squirtle does have the double gun upgrade, and MSG has gun and T2. So this is going to be quite frustrating for ZZ to deal with. He also does not have any radar coverage. There we go. When the interceptor crossed the view field, the turret began firing. He's going to have to keep scouts on him or get a radar built. Ah, there's a radar. Okay, so it's not going to be so bad. He will have a little bit of intel. And Artifacts is going to be left all on his lonesome over there to build up however he very well pleases, reclaiming Chosen's base and getting things scaled up to his satisfaction. Whereas on the south side, these guys are going to have to traverse all of this territory to get to this expansion. ZZ taking fire from that ACU. Unfortunately, there was a stun going down. That was an Aeon T1 bomber. He is going to be able to save his commander out with a respectable amount of health, and that's going to complete his upgrade to T2. So he's going to be able to get a couple of more T2 point defense online. That is about the only thing that can stall the progress of a double gun Aeon commander, is if you get 3 or 4 point defense up in the same spot, preferably with a shield over top of them, so that you do not die to that extremely long reach. As far as the map goes, let's see, we've got 43 mass per tick for MSG and 34 for Squirtle, putting them in the lead by a fairly decent margin over ZZ and Artifacts. But Artifacts, like we were mentioning just a minute ago, is cleaning up the reclaim. Well, he will be cleaning up the reclaim, I suppose. He must not be using all of his mass. There we go. He's about to stall. Hopefully he will be able to get some more in. He was trying to get his power situation back online, building T1 power like a madman, because what else are you going to do? I don't think he even has T2 tech. No, he does not. Brilliant. T2 mass extractors it is then. Burn off that economy as soon as you're getting it. Looks like ZZ is going to get a little bit more aggressive. Hopefully he does not overextend and die, because it is an even game as things stand right now. It is not looking good on the left, though, because there is a vast horde of units moving over there. Thams and Zooies out the wazoo, blocking passage to this area. That's the key thing when you're dealing with a player death. Oh, that's attack launch. Artifacts has been pinged, but he's ignoring it. And oh. Well, that was anticlimactic. I'm sitting here waiting for an ACU death. He probably shot that tack thinking, oh, there's no way that ACU is going to stand there and take a tack missile to the face. I'll just shoot at the mechs behind him. But you know what? Maybe he'll go for it with this one. That one looks like a true trajectory. Is it? Is Artifacts taking his death? Is he not paying attention? And no, he tried to run. Oh. Oh, such a waste. Such a waste. Oh my goodness. That leaves Blue all on his lonesome. That is a desync for Chosen, probably him leaving the game. If we don't get another desync, that means the game is intact. He's going to move forward after Squirtle. Squirtle's on half health, so theoretically, if he were able to get in range with these Ilshivas and deal enough damage, Squirtle could go down before anything could be done. But he's got to overcome the reach on that commander. And no, he doesn't have any mobile flak with him. And there's T2 gunships, the Aeon forces moving forward. Ilshivas, of course, are going to shred all of those units, but that does not solve the gunship problem. Unfortunately, Zooies cannot look up and fire at gunships. They're awfully strong on the ground, but there's nothing you can do for your commander. There are 3 interceptors online, 4 interceptors online. Tac missile starting to fire towards the right-hand side. TMD is down, but ZZ is looking way too low. If he gets Squirtle, he is still going to die trying to back up, and it is not meant to be. That's going to be a double commander death, leaving Gray as the lone survivor in this apocalyptic wasteland. Holy cow. It is truly last man standing in that battle. 14 minutes and a hell of a lot of action packed into it. Well, I guess that's a perfect setup for us to play a couple of games on this map ourselves. And I know some of you are probably wondering, what happened to Seraphim Glaciers? That was the map of the week last week. Why aren't we looking at it? Well, that's because not a single person sent me a replay on Seraphim Glaciers. So, yeah, can't really do much with that. All right, we're going to quit out of here. We're going to... Oh, I did the wrong thing. Well, now that we're here, let's go ahead and look at the scores here. Bam. Mass goes to ZZ, actually. And the kill count goes to MSG. Coolio. And we're back at the FAF client. Let's go ahead and host up a game, see what we can get rolling here. 600 to 1600. You know what? That's good enough. We'll run with it. We're going to go for anti-cancer. If I can alphabet. There we go. Make sure I don't have any mods hosted. And we are good to roll. Join up, folks, if you want to play. Should be a good time. C. Britain, what's the benefit of building HQs? Well, that's one of the rebalances that FAF, Forge Alliance Forever Client, undertook. You can build an HQ that lets you get access to the tier 2 or tier 3 tech, and then you can build support factories after that, and they basically cost the same as build power in T1 engineers. So that way you aren't having to invest large amounts of mass into multiple factories to solve pathfinding issues. You can instead build a bunch of support factories for about the same cost. Now, if you lose your HQ, you will not be able to produce the higher tier units. Your factories will only be able to produce tier 1. So it is one of the little drawbacks, but the HQ is exactly the same as the original factory was. It has the same cost, same build power, same capabilities. It's just after you build it, you have access to the support factories, both as an upgrade and as a straight build item. All right, we're going to do auto teams to top versus bottom, and then we're going to go to random spawns, and I'm going to take random factions as per usual. And crap, we swapped up the map. Let's go ahead and, ooh.
Group disbanded.
What is this? Something is broken with the map because anti-cancer is not on my map list. That does not bode well. We're going to have to go. Let me see if I can manually download it. See if that will fix anything. Anti-cancer. Bam. All right, so we're going to get this one. Team play AI. 2 humans in north versus 2 Team Saurian AX in south. Is that markers only? Nope, that's a modified map. Okay, so we definitely need to be on the original anti-cancer. Version 7, that explains it. I have hide old maps, and there is a version 7 out, and I think I was on version 1 map. So let's go ahead and rehost this, and we should be able to get anti-cancer the second one and host that. We should be fine. Coolio. Kronk, what's your opinion on Seraphim? More specifically, what do you think good buffs for them would be if they need any? There we go. Anti-cancer. And the thumbnail's broken. Fantastic. That's okay. We'll get over it. Hopefully the map will not be broken.
Group formed.
When we get into here.
Group formed. Group formed.
I can't get in a slot.
Group disbanded.
Everyone is missing the map. Apparently everything is broken. Yes! That's what we all love in a stream.
Group formed.
Seraphim needs better Navy. Like, how do I explain this? Their Navy is an odd one in that they have the T3 subs, which are an exclusive unit. And so it gets to be a little bit difficult to balance them because since they have a unique unit, if that unique unit is too strong, then you can't counter it, which is what we had a problem with a few patches back where Seraphim, basically you just build T3 subs and T3 subs and T3 subs, and once you get 10 or 15 online, then you can't be stopped. And they nerfed the T3 sub into oblivion. So now the T3 sub is borderline useless, but that is what the entirety of the Seraphim Navy was built around, because the rest of their Navy sucks. So if you're going to nerf the T3 sub into oblivion, you have to give them something else. And it just hasn't. They got a nerf to the destroyers. They got a nerf to the T3 sub. They have the weakest T1 sub. They have average frigate. They have a lack of units. It's just a bad situation all the way around. And I don't know. It's going to take a lot of very careful thinking and testing to get it back to where it should be. Yo, Thomas. Architect was V3, I think. We're just going to try to launch with this and see what happens. If we crash out, we may have to pick a different map, and you know what? That is totally okay. But whatever the case may be, we are just going to rock on with it, and hopefully we'll be able to pick up the pieces and get back to it. So looks like we have... we're going to end up with a gimped team. I'm going to be selfish here and say that I hope the other team is gimped. But maybe that's just me. Yup! Game launch crashed. Fantastic. All right. Quick vote in the stream. What map are we going to play? Because apparently this one is not going to work. We can do Settings. We can do Nuke the Elk. Actually, Nuke the Elk might be kind of fun. We've got... oh, look, both anti-cancers are there now. Fantastic. Let's see, we've got Burial Mounds, we've got Canis, we've got Cauldron, Corona. Could do Crazy Rush. Crazy Rush is always fun. Or Darkfall if we want to do 3v3. We are not doing Betrayal Ocean. No. All right, we've got a request for something with water. We did Fields of the Great Phoenix just a little while back. Ooh, we could do Hannah Oasis. That is a complicated map to play. If I was feeling brutal, we could go for that. Because that does have Navy. It does have Navy. Or we could do 2v2v2 on Liberium. You know what? Let's just never play. Let's do what we do on Netflix where we say, oh, cool, let's go watch Netflix. Well, what do you want to watch? And then you spend the next 45 minutes scrolling through movie choices and you cannot decide what to actually play because you end up burning all of your movie time just scrolling through titles. I'm thinking maybe Selkie Isle. Maybe Selkie Isle. Or possibly Pyramids. Pyramids is always fun. Do Stella Maris. Stella Maris. You know what? I'll cave. We can do Stella Maris. Bam. Let's host it up. I'm going to lose so horribly because Stella Maris is always a failing point for me, but we will do it anyway. You have asked. I will fulfill your wishes. Okay. Sentence Free for All. Sentence Free for All is actually kind of hilarious. I don't know if anyone else has ever actually played that or not, but it can get quite fun because you end up with this weird dynamic where basically you have two individual 4-player free-for-alls and then the winners of the continents duke it out. Really weird setup. But anyway, I'm going to skip over that. We had another vote for Pyramids. Tell you what, if we have time after this game on Stella Maris, then we may play a Pyramids. But I have to wrap before 8 o'clock. And here's where that little announcement comes in. I'm going to be posting a video to the channel as soon as this one concludes with the links to the Twitch account for Stuffington Post. I'm actually going to be over on their Twitch stream. We're going to be playing Rocket League all together because they are doing a 24-hour streaming event for the Extra Life Day. It is Children's Miracle Network charity raiser. Blah, blah. Okay. Yeah. Me and getting my words all convoluted. Anyway, they're raising money for Children's Miracle Network, which does a lot of good in the United States. They're a support system for different kinds of research for children's diseases and supporting individual families. There's a lot of things that they help out with, and it's a good, solid organization that's been around for a long, long time. I think their stream goal, it's kind of a little bit of a smaller group. I think their stream goal was like 300, and they hit that in about 12 hours, but we can definitely help them get up and beyond that. If any of you guys are feeling generous, that's definitely a good cause to give to. I know there's a couple of guys that typically tip on the stream, and I'd actually appreciate if you're watching this, don't tip this stream this time. Just hold up a minute, and when we move over to Twitch, you don't have to watch. Don't feel obligated, but I would love it if you would donate over there. All right. We're going to lay down a land factor here. Anybody who is not on my team, please close out the stream so you're not cheating on everything, because I am going to ramble like I typically do as we're playing this game. We got Carson West on the nose. We've got Mistake Not and T-Bizzle on the left side. That means the Chief Jaguar is on the other team and Architect. So it is slightly in our favor as far as ranking goes, but not by any huge amount. So basically, I'm going to go ahead and lay down 4 mexes. We're going to get an engineer online, grab the hydro, a couple of extra P-gens, get an air transport online as quickly as we possibly can, and drop engineers way on the other side of the map, so hopefully we can get the ball rolling on our world domination, because that is obviously the goal of every game of Supreme Commander. Hopefully, I wish we could wish our factory stronger. Just like focus really, 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 really hard, and maybe that factory would put out the engineer just a teensy little bit quicker to give us that leg up, but I don't think that is a realistic goal to have. So ACU is going to walk, assist the hydro, and then we're going to build 4 power generators, because we're going to have a little bit of reclaim to suck up, and then build an air factory. This is going to finish there. We're going to walk to the edge and then assist the ACU, and that one is just going to assist the commander. So we are going to have a ton of build power laying down power. This engineer, we're going to grab that mechs and then go reclaim in that direction. And then this engineer, we are going to go grab all of those mechs in that way. Let's grab that, and then we're going to move. Got a couple of reclaim there. Make sure that I get that rock. I don't know which one of those it's actually going to be, and then we'll go that way. All right, cool beans. This one we're going to grab mechs, and let's do a factory over here so that we can get engineers online to get all the reclaim on that side. And then we're going to need to get reclaim going from this factory. So I was going to give us a mechs, and then we're going to go ahead and do mechs radar and an anti-air just for the hell of it on that island. Cool beans. Okay, let's assist. And we're going to build some P-gens with those engineers, because we always need more P-gens. Fantastic. Okay. Let's go ahead. Actually, I'm going to take this engineer and that engineer, because we're okay on mass at the moment. We're not going to need any extra reclaim. And we're going to set all of these over here. Get back there. So many move orders right next to each other. It's hard to control everything. Okay. I think we are queued up. Looks like Carson's getting a naval factory down, which is a good thing. That is absolutely what you ought to be doing. I'm going to send that interceptor over there. Going to shoot a transport across. And hopefully we will be able to intercept anything that is coming our way. Let's go ahead and send that scout. We're going to wing to scout the island and then do that. And we're going to go ahead and get some mass extractor upgrades going, because obviously we want plenty of mass when we get to the later portions of this game. All right, we're going to do one there. Then I'm actually going to move across here. Let's see, we are Aeon. So if I send... Ooh, that is probably a T1 sub, which is going to be hilarious when it fails to work. But whatever. We're going to go ahead and suck up that, then do an immediate land factory, and then get mechs, radar, and hydro. Kind of out of order, but you know what? That's okay. And then we're going to set down right here and get a land factory up. Let's go ahead and send all of these engineers out here. We're actually going to throw down a torpedo defense. Raptor saying ha 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 ha. What are you saying ha ha about? Not entirely sure. Whatever. We're gonna go ahead and grab the hydro because we always need more power. And we're gonna go ahead and get these down. So this will give us a good base of operations for potential raiding on different things. I do not have frigates on this side for reclaim, which is kind of sad, but whatever, we will be fine. And there is our... Yep. Just finish it. Finish it, and we will be fine. Donger Squad Representative! Yeah. Your sub is going to die, and there's nothing that you can do about it, my friend. You have failed in your T1 sub rush. That's all there is to it. Okay, so we're going to assist that and then immediately roll into another mass extractor upgrade so that hopefully we will be fine. We got our radar up, so we've got a frigate coming across. We're going to go ahead and throw down another torpedo launcher just in case. That frigate is probably going to harass our little mess of stuff here, but that will be fine, and we're going to get those mass extractors if we live that long. Okay. So let's pull all of this back. Oh, crud. Probably had a bomber come in and kill that. Oh, well. That's fine. And dandy, we're going to bomb out that frigate if we can. I think we'll be okay. Alright, we've got more factories going down there. Hopefully my teammate will be able to actually do something helpful. I'm going to go ahead and try to get our mass extractors over here. We will be safe in our bay for now at least, and then we will start getting a naval factory online. Hopefully we won't get rushed too hard as this game progresses. No damage so far on that. Good job, Bomber. Missing multiple passes. Woohoo. Okay. So that's going to be our build queue for now. Let's go ahead and finish that up, and then we will walk in that direction and hopefully get another set of mass extractors online. We need to get this queued up. Let's get some engineers out and reclaiming. We're going to go ahead and grab this mass extractor since our teammate did not, and grab that rock. And since he is also not grabbing the plateau up there, I'm going to go ahead and get a transport online, and we're going to go ahead and get up there and grab that. Raptor Jesus, why you so mean, Brink? Because that's just what I do. We're going to go ahead and start building some Auroras because that sounds like hilarious good times. And let's go ahead and build up our T2 mass extractors here. Pause those. Let's get a clump of engineers to assist our ACU, and we're going to assist these three mechs in that order. So that way we're acting like a little queue, build queue for our mechs upgrades. Okie dokie. We're going to go ahead and keep on assisting this. At some point, we're going to have to get a little bit more build power online. I don't know why that frigate is trying to do that, because it's going to come in range of not only my frigate, but 2 torpedo launchers, and that is going to die very, very quickly. The total waste of mass, and I am actually going to run over here and snag that reclaim right after I rebuild this mass extractor. So that is a net loss in a big kind of way for Raptor Jesus. Mild annoyance? Yes. Actually sound tactical decision? Not so much. And my Auroras, my mighty Auroras, are going to conquer the Cybern frigate. Well done, my friends. We're going to go ahead and move in that direction. Obviously, this is mostly just a distraction at this point, but maybe it will accomplish something in the form of, hey, in your face, bro. You're not getting anywhere. Let's go ahead and drop this engineer up here. I'll actually drop it right next to this rock because we always need that tasty, tasty reclaim. and then he can carry on with his business, grabbing those mass extractors and that Hydra. We have a T2 land factory. Why do we have a T2 land factory? I don't know. That is a question for him for another day. I am going to be able to get that rock, though, and then we're going to rock on with our mass extractor and Hydra build on that side. Looks like we're moving forward at a relatively good pace with our mass extractor upgrades. We've got one more frigate in the queue after this one, and then we're going to be getting our T2 online, which should serve us very, very well. Let's go ahead and take a gander at these islands just to see what's going on this side. We probably need to go help our teammate because he is getting frigated to death. Not a good thing. Let's go ahead and grab our interceptors before they all run out of fuel and land those son of a guns. And then we'll go ahead and move on this way. So it looks like nobody's out here. We're going to go ahead and try to regain our mass extractors on that island and on this one, because we always want to get our maximum mass potential online. And we're going to uncheck the pause on that one. So we're starting to run a little bit dry on power. I think we are getting enough overflow from our teammates, though, that we will be able to snag a T2 upgrade without too much of an issue once we get to that point. Minus 40 mass, though. That is harsh. That is very, very harsh. So we have Aeon frigates from McNeil, yes. So that means this actually isn't our direct opponent, but you know what? We're going to be helpful teammates anyway, and give him a fair bit of assistance in getting rid of this pesky naval problem so that he does not lose all of his build power. Then we're going to hightail it back to our base as soon as that situation is resolved so that we do not leave an open invitation for people to come and kill our build power. We do have a T2 sonar, which is very, very handy dandy indeed. And then that is going to be finishing up in just a moment. Let's go ahead and slap that T2 upgrade down on the commander. That'll both give him a little bit more of a survivability rating and also give us the ability to build T2 P-Gens, which we are desperately going to need in just a few moments. Maybe we can get a scout across these guys. We definitely need intel in a bad kind of way. I'm going to go ahead and queue that outwards, and we've got many, many, many destroyers on the way from our naval factory. Hopefully they will come online extremely quickly. We're definitely going to need them. T2 mechs online up there, or not online, upgrade. We're going to be upgrading that. Things are sitting fairly well at the moment. We're about to lose our last land factory on that expansion, but you know what? It was fun while we had it, and that denied those 3 mass extractors for a hell of a long time. So I think that is actually a bit of a net win. I don't think he has intel on this. We're going to back the engineer up, so hopefully his frigate doesn't kill it, and then we're going to head-on engage this frigate on this side. We have finished our upgrade. We're going to build a T2 power generator. I'm actually going to build a T1 point defense with some walls around it, just in case somebody gets the wild idea of fire beetling me, because that would be an unwise decision. And then we're going to get a shield just in case somebody tries to snipe me in some other manner. I think we'll be okay over on that side. Let's go ahead and move over here. We need to kill this frigate and back that engineer up. I'll reclaim that and move forward. And then we will be fine. We're going to get him and then move that way. Another tasty frigate to add to our reclaim. Woohoo! Okay. Get done, get done, get done, and reclaim. Okay, so we're going to get T2 online in a big kind of way here. We're almost to the point where we're going to be needing some more build power. Let's get those 2 and pause them. We're going to assist, 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 and assist. That's going to give us our first destroyer, which we're going to move out just a little bit in order to kite and get back, engineer, get back. Obviously, that amount of frigates would be able to successfully kill my lone destroyer, but hopefully we can kite him for long enough and deter him from coming any closer. So move up, get that mass extractor back, heal that one, and back up once again. Alright, so far so good. Actually got a frigate kill out there. Brilliant. We're going to swing around the outside edge just in case. Yep, that's 2-1 sub, and we're going to kill it and move back. So that was a successful engagement in my books. I think we did fine on that one. We're just going to continue to bear down on the mass extractor upgrades as hard as we possibly can, because we definitely need to get a good number of those under our belts. These guys are going to upgrade past our point of production together. So these three are all in one navy. Hopefully they can survive, and then if I can take this double team on right here, we should actually be in a fairly good position on this game. I do have a pile of engineers over here. Let's go ahead and requeue our orders so that we are reclaiming a little bit more effectively. Then I'm going to actually get all of these engineers over here. That should give us a much needed boost in build power, and then once we start rolling with these guys, we'll be in a very, very good place. Once I get this round of mass extractor upgrades done, actually, you know what, let's go ahead and start it. I'm going to skip my adjacency for the sake of leaving that open for the mass storages, and then we're going to start this whole mess like so. Alright, good dealio. Left side is actually doing very, very well. We're going to go ahead and donate our air cover, though, because Blue is pumping out a lot of interceptors. He is flying over a cruiser, though. That is helpful. Will allow a bit of a comeback, and he is pushing Auroras along with his frigates. Not entirely sure what that's all about. Tell you what, we got 2 destroyers online. Let's go ahead and donate all of our frigates to the fight on the left. Maybe that will make a little bit of a difference in how this whole thing turns out. Let's go ahead and queue our interceptors down here. We're going to go, we're definitely going to kill that. Who knows what's on there, but we need to kill it one way or the other. You never want to let a transport go if you have any possibility of killing it. We're going to do that, then attack, move, and patrol. It was just engineers, but you know what? We're going to do it anyway. There we go. Oh, goodness gracious alive. There were 2 people's worth of interceptors over there. But Brink, why did you not scout? Because I'm a moron, that's why. Many, many, many scouts coming in. Hopefully they're not going to try anything too nasty, because what would I ever do? And then let's grab all of these guys. We're going to go move order there and then assist. So now we have a situation. Where did my frigates go? There they are. They have done a little bit of work on those Auroras, but overall, I failed utterly and totally to actually micro them. And so they died in a terrible, terrible manner. We're going to need to move up because those are probably Auroras as well. Nope, they are engineers. Why are you sending so many engineers over here, friend? That makes no sense whatsoever. Do I have scouts? I do have scouts. There's a scout. Let's scout. At least our sub, or our torpedoes also affect these engineers. So that is helpful. I'm going to fire on those Auroras and then move back. I have seen before where people will build a tac launcher on this island, and it is incredibly frustrating because they can bomb out all of your crap and you can't do a whole lot about it. But you know what? We're not going to fall for that because we are smarter than that. We now have 4 destroyers online, which is a pretty decent number, and our economic upgrades are going reasonably well. We're going to go ahead and snag 2 more mass extractor upgrades, which will then be capped off in just a moment here. And let's what do we want to do here? I think we're going to wait till we get all T2s, and I'm going to attempt resource allocation. And why not move all of our destroyers up? Because that way we will be able to lay in some good fire on all of these frigates. Because you don't want your frigate situation to get out of hand. Is anyone going for T3 air? We have a T2. Is anyone going for T3? Because that could potentially be a... Oh! Commander drop! T-Bizzle is on the other side of the map, and he is actually under fire from some T2 gunships and various and sundry other nasty things, which we probably need to go assist with. So we're actually going to shunt all of our Navy over to the left-hand side and attempt to give him the cover that he so desperately needs while they crush this side, and I'm not going to be able to because Architect is seeing what I am headed for, and he is going to rush in with all of his frigates locking down my Navy. I'm going to have to stay here and protect my build power, otherwise I will lose access to the water. We do have a destroyer right there. I have 5 destroyers though, so I think I am in more than a good enough place to deny all of this crap. Except that my destroyers keep missing. There were not nearly enough frigates to try what you just tried, Architect. I am terribly sorry to inform you that you are going to get owned. And Architect does have a single T1 bomber out, which we're going to kill mercilessly. Pink, now is the time to attack. Well, of course it is, because you just wiped out 90% of the eco for that player. No, not the build power! No! I like my build power. Okay, so that is that. We have now wreaked the havoc that we are going to wreak, and we need to get this mechs, and we need to get this reclaim onto our plates. Okay, so that's that. We need to get that upgrade online. We need to get another T2 power generator, because of course we do. And now we're in another engagement. Stealth. That's why I was having issues seeing. Stealth, of course. We now have 4 destroyers versus 3, I think. And a bunch of frigates. So I need to back the hell up while the backing is good. Come on, destroyers, cooperate. I think I'm going to be fine. I really do think I'm going to be fine. Architect is the only one pumping out Navy at that scale, which means that there's probably a T3 airplay in the works over here. Here come the T2 bombers, but he does have flak and that shield online, so I think we're going to be fine on that end. And yeah, apparently he's just trying to contain me in my water. Not sure what that whole mess was about, but we are at the point now where we need to start thinking about way more build power and possibly another factory so that we can eliminate that roll-off time. Let's also get the scout stream rolling so that we can eliminate the advantage of that Cybran stealth. That is some annoying crap when that stuff gets marked. I don't have enough frigates to throw away to get him back in line of sight, but we can sure as all get out get an air scout across there. Why are you not building air scouts? Come on now. Cooperate with me. Go ahead and get that online. There we go. Now we can mark targets. 4 destroyers versus 4. Gonna come down to micro then. You can't shoot me. This is about to not be very pretty. D-Bizzle. Well, this failed. Not necessarily. I mean, if you don't die, you should be okay. Alright, we need a massive amount of frigates in order to recover our position. And we need to throw away our interceptors to try and maintain line of sight. Because if we can maintain sight, we can win this. We can absolutely win this. He is down to 3 destroyers versus 3. But I think, nope, I am weakened as well. I just lost another one. Crap. Get back. Get back. At least he decided to flee at a very bad time. And T-Bizzle's down. I don't think that's necessarily the end, though. Achieve Jaguar. Why do I always get comm dropped? Well, this is not good at all. Because now we have no Navy whatsoever on that side. Ah! So annoying. Okay. What are we looking like? We're almost to that upgrade. Now we got a couple of frigates to throw in. Go ahead and queue our frigates on that side. And the air scouts are looking beautiful at the moment. Okay, so we have a ton, and I do mean a literal ton, of mass at our disposal now. Do I want to try for the resource allocation upgrade? Probably not, because if we put mass towards that, that's going to be less mass in our Navy, which is going to hinder us a tremendous deal. Tell you what, let's go ahead and do. Let's grab some of these, and let's do a string of factories, and then let's do a T2 upgrade on those. Let's see. Let's assist him. And we're going to get mobile shields online. Oh, freaking A. Now we've got the other Navy coming in on us. So we finally succeeded in beating back this Navy, and now we're going to have a whole nother Navy to deal with. So these guys have got to do something. Get in the water! Get to the water! Alright, we need more factories. More factories! We're about to have to deal with a crap load of blazes as well, which is why I was trying to get something online to deal with this mess, but it is just not looking good. I'm also about to get torpedo bomb because we have T2 air there for blue, and I have zero anti-air. Probably going to get T1 bombered or some other form of nonsense. And yeah, we're about to lose this in a hard kind of way. We're going to have to build up. Let's get our ACU to the front here. We're going to have to build some T2 point defense in order to try and stay the hover. Let's cease our engineer production and shift to Auroras. And then we need to keep microwing, just keep microwing, just keep microwing. We're going to go to T2. You know what? Actually, no. Let's go ahead and get our defenses going here. Someone just exploded. No! Well, that almost worked. Shouldn't have thrown his commander away on that, though, if he wasn't absolutely sure that he was going to be able to get that. We are now having a little bit of an issue feeding our mass addiction. I just wasn't able to get out, and look at all of that reclaim. If that other Navy had not come in, I won that. Like, they had basically nothing left over there. I would have been able to push out and get that reclaim. I had both of them outproduced and outgunned. But when I get this crap here, where I've got 4 people's Navy all up in my base, at that point, there's nothing you can do. I mean, what am I supposed to do in that situation? What on earth am I supposed to do? Alright, we're losing left and right. Let's just go ahead and reclaim what we can while we have the ability. There we go. And our Auroras are going to get plinked off as soon as they hit the water. Let's just try and see what we can get built before we die here. That is GG. Thomas Bailey. Sorry I failed you with the comm drop. I know it was a fail, but I hate boring games. It does not have to be a boring game if you don't have a comm drop. And the thing about comm drops is you have to have a backup plan. You either have to have a T3 ACU very, very early, which can build stuff so much faster than the other ACUs that it's not going to matter, and you can just build your way out of any situation. Or you need to have units to back up your T2 commander. It is very unwise to go with a single T2 on a commander drop like that. You know, it has worked on occasion, but you got to think through the entire thing. Like with Mistake Not and his Navy just not being able to get across to that situation, and then I got locked in. I couldn't come up and help you because these 2 players were pushing me. So, I don't know. If it would have been a minute or two earlier, or if you would have had a little bit better of a backup plan, it might have worked. But it doesn't necessarily have to be a boring game if you don't have a calm drop. Oh, look at that. There's a brick. What the crap? Architect going full on for the T3 land there. That's actually kind of impressive. Nice. All right, well, we're going to see if Pink can do anything. He's about to have those 4 navies crushing in on him. Aeon Destroyer has... Oh, whoops. I forgot. I am in full screen mode, which means that if I actually click outside, it goes away. Aeon Destroyer has the best torpedoes, right? Right. It has a brutal amount of torpedo damage and also excellent torpedo defense. Let's see. Is Brink's voice only really playing out of the left speaker, or is something wrong with my headphones? I noticed it in the Ironclads review too. I've noticed that recently. Like, I think something might be going wrong with my mic. I'm actually going to try to... Maybe that'll... I've been jiggling the plug on it. I think I'm actually going to have to invest in a real microphone soon, because this Samson Meteor mic that I have has served me very, very well. Don't get me wrong. This has been an awesome mic. I've had it for a couple of years, and it is starting to act quirky sometimes. So it may be an issue with that. I'm not entirely sure. I'll check my OBS settings after this to make sure that I'm not totally missing something on that. Let's see. What else have we got up here in this chat log? Industrialized meditation. He's commenting like it's a cast instead of a play. It's amusing. Yeah, I was just kind of detaching myself and letting my brain rattle, because when I do that, I tend to perform slightly better. Anyway, it is what it is. Peanut is actually right, though. I have casted so much today that I'm kind of treating everything like a cast at this point. Thomas Bailey, my plan was to bring their T2 to fire at me so Pink ships could kill all their ships. That might have worked. Okay. All right, let's get out of here and see what time it is. See if we have time for another one. And if it's getting reasonably close to time, I may actually take the break. It is 7 o'clock. I think that's actually the closest I've ever come to succeeding at a Stella Maris game. Stella Maris is a plague map for me. Like, I don't know what it is. I think I've played it about 10 times. I have never won a single Stella Maris game. Peanuts, I guarantee you that will not be the case. Let's see here. Split attack. Is there a mod for that? Shift G does not work for me. If you have Shift G keyed to something else, or if it's like the I think it's the default key for something in the separately downloaded version of Hot Build, maybe. Anyway, if Shift G is keyed to something else, it will not work for the split attack order, but you can't rekey split attack. That one is hard keyed. So, nah. Raptor Jesus, Brink, you held really well. I don't know how you got so many destroyers. A balance of economy and production, my friend. You balance out so that you upgrade your eco as long as you possibly can, and then double down on production. And I thoroughly had you two beat. It was the 4 versus 1 on the Navy that did it in. I was going to get rid of the entirety of your Navy and roll you across the water on that one, because I was about to bite into all of that yummy, yummy reclaim that was sitting right off my shore, and I just could not quite get to fast enough. Shall we play a sentence? I haven't done a sentence on a stream in a long, long time, and I'm kind of torn on this because there's a lot of people that love sentence, and then there's some people that hate sentence with such a burning passion that they're probably going to abandon the stream as soon as I mention the map. I don't know on this one. Architect, I got that reclaim. Not all of it, friend. There was many thousands of mass. Marissa, you can set the split attack to whatever you want. They must have added it to the hotkey list then, because the last time I checked, it wasn't there. But definitely, whoever was asking about the split attack order earlier, check out, hit F1. You've got all of the hotkey options there, and scroll through those and see if you can find the split attack order and assign it to whatever key you want. Then that will solve your problem. All right, let's go ahead and do settings, because I need something brainless to do. I may, I don't know. Meh. We'll see what happens. The question is, does Brink enjoy settings? Brink does enjoy settings. It is something that I can kind of sit back and relax and play and not have to think about too hard. So, yeah. Brink, I got really lucky with my team. They took all of the advice I gave them and it worked out really well. Well, yeah, when you have someone who turns in several hundred games on a map, or 100 games, or however many you've played, I don't know. I know you play that map a lot. There turns out to be a meta for it, and then you can just roll over whoever does not follow the meta. Although you probably had a little bit more of a difficult time with me than the typical person that you faced. Okay, I should not join. My PC does not like long games. Yeah, I am going to kick anyone with under 300 CPU rating, just so you know in advance. That would be like Shotogun. We're going to remove him. And the Hunky Gladiator, who has 303. In my experience, anyone over 300 CPU score, it is unbearably slow to play. But I've actually had a few games where we had everyone with sub 250 CPU scores, and then you really don't even lag unless you have air engagements. Like when the ASF collide, you may get down to -1, maybe -2, but the majority of the game you go at 0. So it helps games move along at a quicker pace when you do that. That's some of the problem that I had with old sentence games, was because they would just drag on and on and on and on. Ooh. Carson West, I am so sorry, but we've got all plus 1,000 here. Shotogun, you can't. Sorry. Can't.
Group formed.
Oh, there we go. We got a 700 player. Okay, so it'll put them on opposite teams, so that's fine. That is absolutely fine. I was about to say, I don't want to put a single 500 ranked player in, because that's not fair to anyone. He is going to get plastered by whoever he gets put across from, and his team is going to get dragged down. It's a weird one, but well, now it's there. The other guy left. Crap. Yeah, Carson. Sorry. Really am. And Jonas gets in. Okay, so we've got all 1,000-ish, and we've got all sub... Actually, we do have all sub 250 CPU scores. Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. That is going to be it. We're going to X up and go. Shotogun is really taking this hard. Thanks for the boot. Great fun. Well, I don't... Yeah. I said it as soon as I hosted it. Sub 300 CPU. That's kind of something I've struggled with in the past, because at one point I did have a terribly slow CPU, and there were a lot of times I got kicked from sentence games, but I can thoroughly understand it, because if you have one person over 300 and everyone else is sub 250, then you're destroying... I gotta think about my build here. You're destroying several other people's game for the sake of trying to play. How many is that? Is that 7? I think I need 7. No, I need 8 gens. We're going to walk forward and build one more. And then our air factory. Okay, we're good. Alright, so we're going to do 1, 2, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. and we're going to do a good little build here. All right, we've got Latigo on our rear, which is going to work out pretty well because I know he is halfway decent air. We've got Architect on the front with Aeon. That could have been better on the faction choice, but I think it will be okay. Yes, I know you have Slow Ras. That is fine. Chief Jaguar on the north side with Seraphim. And then let's, before we look at the other side of the map, we're going to go ahead and try to get all this sorted because I need to do some drastic things with my early build to get this all to work. This one runs on a knife edge, folks, and hopefully I can thread the needle for you and make this whole thing function properly. We're going to get that. Reclaim. We're going to attack move there. We're going to manual reclaim 3. And then we're going to move order here. Suck up all the trees. Because I am a hungry, hungry power burner. And then we're going to mass extractor move, get a couple more manual reclaim. We're going to get that, and that. This one, we're going to suck up a couple of tree clumps here. I think that is all I need to get. Is that last one actually a clump? Yes, it is. Okay, so we're going to grab there. Radar on the north side to keep a watch out for anything coming in. And then we need these two. Let's see. Come on, Melenji. Do what I want you to do. There we go. Those clumps are broken when your ACU spawns. We're going to do that. Alright. We're actually ahead of schedule on our build. The wonders never cease. No, don't go there. Get out of the way. There we go. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 P-gens. Good. Do one of those, one of those, one of those, 4 of those, and repeat. We got our 4 hunters coming out now, which let's do one of those to assist there so that we get these built in time. And I think everything else is lining up as it should. Architect, yes, my friend, dip into the mass as deeply as you can, because we definitely want all of that beautiful stuff on our plates before we go into our builds. Alright, so we got all of our stuff online. There is our transport. We get our first mechs upgrade. We're going to go for a bit of manual reclaim, get rid of our mechs, and then there's all of our stuff loaded up. Alright, we now have the ultimate raiding ship. We've got 2 engineers for build power. We've got 4 hunters for a bit of protection, whether it be on the land or from the sky. And overall, things are about to get nasty as all get out. We're going to go ahead and double up, triple up on our mass extractor upgrades and pause that one once again because reasons. There we go. All right, that looks reasonably well balanced. We're going to tag this to assist the transport just in case we get hit with something mid-flight. And we're going to move up there. I don't even know who my opponent is yet. Let's go ahead and hit the... Oh, wrong one. Crap. Where are we at? Forget it. I can't see my keyboard from way down there. I'm slouching, folks. Slouching like a boss. Okay, we're going to unpause that. We've got that scout headed up, still not sighting anything. You're about to see why this is so much fun. We're going to drop these 2 engineers off here and move up towards the north. Ooh, we got orange. Huskar, 1,000 rating. Ooh. This is not going to be fun for him. I'm going to feel bad about this as I'm doing it. I'm not going to repent of my sins, but I am going to feel bad. Yeah, lots and lots of engineers. We're going to deny the naval factory with our ghetto gunship. We're going to take all of our interceptors and run up here. And we're going to move up and try to kill that land factory as well. Did he not build an air factory? He did. There it is. Die. Architect calling for air. Why do you... Oh! Got jesters. Well, that's where all the air went. Ha. That's fun. The problem with ghetto gunships is keeping them in the air, because that's a royal pain in the buttocks. Okay, so let's go ahead and unpause that. We got a couple of air units in the back here, probably just scouts, but we're going to go ahead and queue up a lead there. Then we're going to do 2 of those Mantis anti-air, just in the case of drops. You know what, screw it, probably not going to get dropped, so we're just going to ignore that. And oh, look at that, look at that. We're actually going to do some good here. Ha! Nice. And the land factory's almost down. Cool thing about the ghetto gunship is you're firing down into the land factory, it actually kills the unit inside as it's going, which is freaking hysterical in my opinion, but yeah. So this player went for early jesters, and it honestly did not do him a whole lot of good as he was doing that. We're going to go ahead, actually, let's drop the labs, because they're probably about to come to the end of their lifespan anyway, because they are... Yeah. Okay, let's fly the transport back. Let's do that, and then ferry. Then we're going to... Once that ferry order matures, we're going to go up there and start ferrying our engineers into the water. Let's go ahead. We've got a firm grasp on air. Let's go ahead and make a couple more transports, and I'm actually going to lift these engineers as well. We're going to dump a T2 naval factory into the water right there. Maybe I can kill it as I run by. Can I? Can I? Let's make sure. Alright, cool beans. That. Then what do we got here? We got a, let's do T2 ACU because that might be fun later. And we are running low on power, but I think we'll be okay. Ah, stupid jesters. Okay, so we are going to need a bit more air. Let's start, go ahead and queue up all of the interceptors that I could possibly need. And we're going to lay down some assistance on that factory. Let's grab a couple of more. There we go. Actually, a couple more for good measure. Why not do more? And then we're going to load up that transport with 6, and then we'll let him join the ferry order on the north side. And we're going to get these factories down. So we have a staging area, and that should be good. Fantasticals. And these guys. I'm going to go ahead and build a radar and a couple of anti-airs because I can see those jesters coming. I'm going to try to make as much use of them as he possibly can. Alright, I think we're good. I think we are very, very, very good. Let's go ahead and queue that over here. We're going to drop there. Yep. And then we're going to assist that ferry order. This is going to go there, producing engineers. So basically we're going to try to get as many engineers in the water as we possibly can before the T3 air hits the field. Who is versus our air? We've got Jonas. Where is he? 1,000 rank. So actually this came out kind of stacked in our favor. Whoops. Where's Rotten Cabbage? Rotten Cabbage is on the beach versus Achieved Jaguar, so I think that will actually be okay. I am massively overflowing. We need to get that. We need to do this right here. Okay. We should be good with that. Alrighty then. Let's go ahead and throw down a naval factory and a sonar. And then we will not do anything else because our mass is going to be very, 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 very short. Let's move our drop points. And then we should be good. That one is already half built, so we're going to assist that and then double down on our air. We may actually... Ooh! Ew, that doesn't look good. Does not look good at all. Yeah. Let's stop this. We're going to do T1 bombers. We're going to help him. We do not want our front to fall. Got to be supportive. Oh, there's Corsairs. What do you know about that? Let's go ahead and grab these guys. Well, no, we're going to let these finish, because as soon as those are done, we will begin building our... Actually, I'm going to cancel one of these, because I should be able to, once he is done with resource allocation, I should be able to get all that taken care of. Alright, so we got T1 bombers heading up towards the north. We're going to go ahead and grab him and start in. There's a lot of units, and I think there is a gun commander. Architect needs to get into the water. And it's too late. He's dead. There is nothing to be done on that one. Gotta know the power player on the front. If Architect gets out of the way, I may be able to get that commander down a bit. This is going to be difficult. Okay, we're going to get all of our interceptors over here involved. No, Architect, stop getting tangled in Mantis. Ugh. And he's dead. Okay, so we need to assist this in preparation for all of this going kablooey. Oh, crap! I have no share. What to do. Okay, we're going to, as soon as that's done, we're going to start walking towards the front to get the T2 ACU online. We're going to start walking engineers up here, and we're going to start with a factory right there, because I think all of this is about to go poof. If I remember correctly, my settings are not optimized for settings, and that is totally my fault. We are going to go ahead and queue up attacks on all of these. Let's get in here for Gray's interceptors, because we want to protect our fighter bombers with all that we've got, because that's all we got to hold the mid here. Alright. Lay them all to rest in their shallow graves. We should be good. Alright, so if I can contain this with T1 bombers, which I think I can pretty easily, actually. Good deal. So if I can contain this, and I can begin my stream of engineers heading towards the north and get my ACU up there, I should be able to lock this whole thing down very, very easily. And I'm overflowing mass again. I told you. Every freaking stream this happens. Everyone. Every single one. Alright, so we're going to send an interceptor, preferably one that is not out of fuel, over to scout that out. Actually, I have a scout. What do you know? Cool. Alright, gonna send that scout out. And then, by the way, did the mic get any better? I have so many T1 bombers. So many T1 bombers. Yup, there's the Navy. Alright, so he's got a cruiser up. Wow, that's a lot of damage there. That's what you get for having clumped up T1 units. Well, we've successfully entirely contained the mid with only T1 bombers. Let's go ahead and upgrade our sonar, because that's a thing. And then we're going to go ahead and upgrade all of this crap as well. I'm going to lay in a T1 land factory and then move up, because we need to start getting all of that tasty reclaim in line. And then we need a large quantity of T1 bombers once again. Ah, frigates. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The beautiful people. The beautiful people. Okay. We do not want to get sniped. That is one thing we do not want to have happen. So we're going to go ahead and move northward with all of these guys. Friendly engineers. And we're going to build... let's go ahead and build T1s. Actually, I'm going to have... because that will give us a buttload of reclaim from those T2 mexes. Then we can start building T2 point defense momentarily. Alright, so there's the cruiser. We're going to go ahead and lay in fire directly on the T2 naval factory, because we are dicks like that. And then we're going to go ahead and assist that to completion. There we go. Nicely done. So I think that will be basically all that we need to get all of this stuff online, and I need to get resource allocation as soon as I possibly can on my ACU. Otherwise, I'm going to have serious power stall issues in just a little bit. Let's go ahead and get a T1 Rainer online so I don't get surprised by anything. Assist that ACU. No, we are going to reclaim because we are mass stalling quite atrociously here. Gonna reclaim with all of them as well. Let's get T1 mechs going there, T1 mechs going there, and ooh, crap. I was not paying attention on that one. Well, at least the cruiser is horribly inaccurate. Stay alive. Staying alive. Oh, staying alive. Okay, we're going to mass stall horrifically at this point. But you know what? It's okay, because we are going to succeed at winning this Navy. And I need to get this destroyer way back once again. Otherwise, I'm going to lose it. Why are you continually sending jesters when Salem anti-air takes them down effortlessly in a very, very tiny amount of time? Okay, there we go. This cruiser is dead. I can bring this back in now, and we can focus fire on that naval factory and eliminate it very, very quickly. Cool beans. Oh, someone gave us T2 gunships. Look at that. We're going to take advantage of that. You know what? We're not. We're gonna save those for a rainy day here. Let's go ahead and queue up an attack on some of these mass extractors, because that could be a fun thing to do. And then we're going to move all of these glorious destroyers up in here. We are going to need to get a radar online as quickly as we possibly can, as soon as this resource allocation is over with, because we desperately need the intel. Let's go ahead and build that. We're going to walk into the sheltering embrace of the shield and then assist our rise towards Omni. I do not have enough power for this. 3,000 power is not enough when you're dragging in this much reclaim. Alright. We're actually going to move over on this side and start harassing this shore, because I think that would actually be a much better goal. Let's go ahead and check this bay just to make sure that there is nothing going on there. And then we can get all of this mess in line there. Okay. Cool beans, cool beans. We are massing our fortunes and getting ready to go here. I should probably start thinking about potential anti-air situations at some point here. Let's go ahead and get that. Oh, it's such a beautiful sight. Okay. We can get that one, and we can get that one very, very easily. I think we'll be good there. And then we're going to assist this to a T3 radar, hopefully before anything bad happens that would sneak up on us. There goes yet another T2 max. Oh, 100 damage. Really? Really now? Really? Let's go ahead and move back over this way. Okay, so I think we have actually got everything sorted. And nice! Jaguar has won his navy as well. Yeah, this is not an accurate representation of how a beach battle typically goes, because I do have a pretty significant rank advantage on this guy. But still, it's fun. And that is a fairly decent, halfway decent build. It's not going to work against anybody of significantly higher rank, because they're going to get air out so quickly and with so much force that you're just going to lose that transport, which is usually what happens. But it can be quite fun sometimes when you're doing certain types of builds. Alright, Godinel is about to get very, very frustrated with me, because I am going to make landfall down here and make his world a living hell. Maybe we can clinch this game, force a rage quit, whatever we got to do to get this game over with, and I'm just going to keep adding build power to this factory as long as I possibly can. We've got everything reclaimed here. Let's go ahead and stop production. We're going to go ahead and grab a handful of engineers and start with the economic upgrading in the back end at least, and then send a few of these this way to do the same. And crap, I misclicked. Yeah, let's grab you. And then we're going to do that. We're going to grab this group, go over here and get this one. We're going to get these and these and this and these, and we're going to get these built. And we're going to grab these and do this up here. Alright. We're now sitting pretty. Now we need to start getting all of this laid in. So we're going to grab those. We're going to grab those. I think that is sufficiently wrecked over there. Are these hover tanks? That's the question. They are not. They are Mantis, because he's a Cybern. Derp. So we're actually going to go there and go there and go there, because I think that will be fine and dandy for what we are doing here. Then we're going to go around the backside and split up an attack move on all of that crap with our 25 T1 bombers, which should be more than enough to take care of everything on that side of the map. Let's go ahead and do a T2 upgrade on this, which will start shooting T2 transports over towards our side, because if we have air control, we might as well end this as quickly as we possibly can. As soon as we get a couple of upgrades down on our economy, I'm going to go ahead, actually, let's get 2 more destroyers out. Let's get, I know. I've got T1 mechs over there on the other side. That's kind of old force of habit, because those are not guaranteed you, but we're going to start shutting things down here in just a moment. Let's stop all of those. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and stop naval production. We're going to plant 2 destroyers there and 1 destroyer there, and the rest we're going to send up the middle in a desperate bid for domination in the center, which I think is not quite so desperate and more a guaranteed thing. There's the handoff to the air player, knowing that that ACU is not going to be alive for very much longer. And oh my word, no. That's a Maser comm. Crap. Commander under attack. No! No! Ah! Okay, get away. Oh, freaking A. I thought I got away from him. Ah! Aha! No! Oh, well played. Well played. Oh my goodness. How in the hell? That was a thing of beauty. That was a thing of beauty. I don't think AA right next to my comm would have denied that one, because he landed the commander just a little bit outside, and he had the gun upgrade on his ACU. So he's got that extended range, which is really, really tough to deny. I thought that I was going to get out of his reach on that last one, but man, that like half a second zap right at the end there. Oh, man. Hooty, 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 hoo. They need to kill him. But they can't. Ah, there it is. As I say, they need to kill him, because if they can kill him, all of this goes away. And they need to get reclaiming my base as quickly as they possibly can, because these guys are going to reclaim all of these Salems. That's like 10,000 mass right there. Ugh. I can't believe that happened. I really can't believe that happened. I was looking at this entire game, and I'm like, oh, it's so sad. Like, this is going to be such a steamroll. There's just no hope for them. They're going to die, and it's all going to be for nothing. And then here I am, dead, and there's a Mazer comm on the rampage now. Like, yeah, this is a total and absolute reversal. Oh, there's the T2 transport. Oh, get him, get him, get him, get him. Oh, no, he's not going to do it. You're supposed to let him get in the transport and then shoot it down. What you do. Yeah, you need to have all of your air up in front, like here. Because if the ASF slip through the cracks, they're going to kill that strat bomber. But now this ACU is going to be headed for the water, and there's nothing we're going to be able to do to stop him. Yep, he's still at 10,000 health. He's going to make it all the freaking way back. My beach, get off. How about no? Gotta has got to clinch this game, because if we can't win from the northern Navy point, then yeah, oops, I keep forgetting I can't click outside. Idmedicity, whatever, however you pronounce that name. You can rewind the stream. You can go back in the stream and rewatch what happened and then come back up to the point where it's live. So that isn't actually a problem. Go back and catch it, because it was glorious. Idmedicity. He really needs a map for when he's doing this zoomed in eco shit. Yeah. I usually have the other display on my screen. Other screen. But Windows 10 has royally screwed me over in that regard. That's what I was saying. I actually put it in a cast the other day. I am very, very seriously debating, like, just reinstalling Windows 8. I think I'm going to end up doing it this week one night, because Windows 10... there's a lot of things that I try to use that are just not compatible at all with Windows 10. And it is bullcrap of the highest order, in my opinion. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm reading back in the chat to catch up. Alright, I'm there. Could have made a T4 and rammed it up the middle. Yeah, that's kind of what I was shooting for. I was hoping to get the Salems up the middle in place of a Monkey Lord, and maybe follow it up with a Monkey Lord if that worked really, really well. But the whole thing just kind of fell apart, as you could see. And yeah, the lack of people expanding is kind of hurting me as well, but at least Latigo is now moving in that direction. And it took him a while, but he is getting there. It's not like when you anticipate a loss and you know that it's no share, or you think that it's no share, it's like as soon as the player dies, you should already have plans in motion to be in that expansion and to be reclaiming that territory. Because the quicker you get it, the quicker you get your game back on track. When you're reacting 2 minutes after it actually happened, you're going to have a bad time. Viva, you can get Mazercom done around 8 minutes if you want and drop it before ASFs are out. You can, but I've only seen that happen when people forego resource allocation, and the power that would normally go to resource allocation goes to the Mazercom. Unless 3 people on the front work on it really, really hard and the air player builds an extra P-gen, because he won't have any overflow from his teammates. That could theoretically work, but I don't know that it would be done at minute 8. But yeah, you can get a Mazercom super duper early. 20 minutes is not necessarily the earliest thing, but yeah, it's halfway decent. Mazer is not as expensive as people think it is. It's actually the teleport that is the super expensive option on, oh crap, teleport. He's already in water. Yeah, that would be atrocious. Have another guy go down. Oh man. Admiticity. If you could let me know what his hardware setup is, and if he had to do anything special with drivers, and whether he has like special, like the compatibility options enabled or anything like that, that would be fantastic. Yeah, that could be the case. It could be my graphics card. Which, if that's the case, crap, because to get an equivalent card to what I've got is going to be expensive. Ugh. Always something you have to buy. Looking at a microphone and a graphics card, apparently. Anyway. Yep, there's a commander. They've still got all 4 comms alive. There is a Monkey Lord moving up the middle, and I don't know that they have anything to deny it. And it looks like we have a halfway decent amount of air. Kinda, sorta. No, he's got way more air than we do. Way more air. And Gray is at T3 air as well. This is problematic. Looks like Blue is getting aircraft carriers out, which will be fantastic if we can get those over to the other beach. But as a whole, this is not looking entirely healthy. Ah, those are interceptors, okay. Wow, why are you parking all of your ASF over multiple cruisers and aircraft carriers? That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Yellow comm is there, and there's Navy building, which is going to end up causing some severe problems later. I wish I could speed up the game. I'm gonna, oh, I got my cell phone. I can look at time. So this is the other thing that's ticking me off, because I'm having to run in full screen. I used to not have to do that to get the recording to work right. Do 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 do. It is 7:39. I actually need to cut out of the stream in about 5 minutes. So, yeah. If you go look at the live replay right now, you can go to my name in the FAF chat. You can right-click it, and you can hit View Live Replay if you want to catch the rest of this game and see how it turns out. But unless they wrap it up in about 4.5 minutes, I am going to have to get out of here because I have to go get into the cast, or get into the stream rather, with the Stuffington Post. You guys should totally come check out. The stream is going to be benefiting the Children's Miracle Network. So I think right now they're sitting just over $300 in donations. Be totally cool if some of you guys are feeling generous today. It's a great charity to give to if you're in the United States, or even if you're not. If you feel like giving to that, they benefit different kinds of research for children's diseases specifically, and they also benefit individual families that may have different issues in their lives preventing them from, getting proper care. So it's a good, solid organization, been around for a long time, and this is a yearly thing they do, the Extra Life campaign, benefiting the network. So yeah, you should come check us out. As soon as this video goes down, I'm going to be posting another one with the stream notification, and there will be links in there to the stream that we're doing. Dun, dun, dun. There's actually an awesome amount of destruction going on for Achieved Jaguar. He has done a phenomenal job of locking down his opponent. But there is some T3 artillery shots. T3 mobile artillery is kind of an odd response to cruisers, because there is a fairly vast ranking discrepancy, or not ranking, range discrepancy between those two. It's also got T2 stationary artillery, which again has a pretty severe, why are you building your strategic missile launcher away from everything else? That makes no sense. But that definitely needs to be a target, because if that dies, it's going to take both of those P-gens and all of that build power with it, which is going to be freaking hilarious. People talking about the 760. I don't have a reference 760. This card, I bought it when it was still relatively new, before the 900 series came out, and I paid I think I paid right over $300 for it, something like that, because it has the upgraded memory. It has 4 gigs of memory, so I can play some of the more demanding modern games where you can't load in the full texture packages unless you have over 3 gigs of memory, or whatever the threshold is. Anyway, so it has the upgraded bandwidth, or upgraded memory size, and then it's the Asus Strix edition ROG card. So it has really good cooling. It's on like a 20% overclock, something like that. I can't remember the exact specs on it, but it performs quite a bit better than a reference 760 would, and it does really, really well for what I need as far as running multiple monitors, also streaming at the same time, capping with 2 different recording programs. It handles the stress super duper well. But any card that I get is going to have a minimum of 4 gigs of RAM, and it's going to have to be a 960 or a 970, because a 950 simply will not handle what I ask of it. And I would prefer to stick with NVIDIA. I know the whole thing with AMD fanboys, on and on and on and on. But I love the Shadowplay recording system. It pairs with OBS. I actually record with both of them together at the same time. And it's just personal preference. So, yeah, it is what it is. But I'll end up, at some point I'd end up having to upgrade anyway. But I'm kind of hesitant to upgrade strictly because Windows 10 won't pair with Supreme Commander. I'd almost sooner take the 8 downgrade and then wait for the next generation of cards to come out and get a 960 when the price drops than invest in a card now. Because I don't want to spend that kind of money. Yeah, it is what it is. Idmedicity. Maybe it was the plug coming undone, because I adjusted the plug a while ago. And maybe it fixed it. Because I had noticed recently there was something wrong with the mic. Like, you can go back and listen to videos from about a month ago and videos from a week ago, and there is a noticeable difference in quality. But maybe I got it with that last jiggle. I don't know. Whatever. Loyalists versus the Cruiser Fire. That would actually be fantastic, if not for the fact that he's Seraphim. Sorry, that was a little harsh. Oh, my goodness. We've got Seraphim, UEF, a halfway dead Cybran, and Cybran all the way over here. So, yeah. Yeah. It could be done. Just take a little bit. You should not spam cruisers versus frigates, because they lose horrifically mass for mass, and you can see how bad the accuracy is on that deck gun transition for the anti-air. It just doesn't work. It simply does not work. Especially when you have a couple destroyers coming in to back it up. Alright, I think I'm going to have to leave this stream there, guys. There's strat bombers in the bottom corner, which are just starting to move, maybe. Nope, they're still just kind of looping around on the outside edge there. Trapped at the border of the map. And some various and sundry things going on. But I think overall, our side has a pretty decent grasp on what's going on, barring another cataclysmic upheaval. I think that the eventual victory will be on this side. Hopefully. Maybe if I fanboy hard enough. But anyway, yes, I died. I won't say I died stupidly, but I did die. So, yeah. Alright. I am going to sign out of this stream. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned in about 2 minutes for that video to pop up with a link to the other stream, and then I will be jumping on that stream at 8 o'clock sharp when they transition to the next phase of the charity stream. So some of you guys, I'm sure I'll see you over there. I think we're going to be playing Rocket League. I don't know if we're going to touch Supreme Commander or not, but there is a possibility. If we do, I will link it in Aeolus, and you can definitely head over then. As always, guys, I will see you in the next one, and please send me some replays. Sound like a broken record.